This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Topping our news at this hour, we're learning that Susan Shorpen has passed away. Shorpen is the mother of Carly Bruscia, the 11-year-old girl whose murder made national headlines in 2004. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live from Carly's Garden near the Central Church of Christ in Sarasota with more tonight. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, over the years, a lot of folks have been saddened by Carly's death. Tonight, they are all grieving for her mom.
Susan was I believe, very dedicated mother, and she loved her daughter very much.
That's how Pastor Rod Myers of the Central Church of Christ is remembering Susan Shorpen. Shorpen, the mother of murdered 11-year-old Carly Bruscia, died on Monday at the age of 47. Myers remembers one encounter with Shorpen very vividly.
Susan and I and Sheriff Balkwell at the time all came out, and we had a prayer near where Carly was found, and that was a very meaningful time to me to stand there with them.
Shorpen was thrust into the national headlines in 2004 when her daughter Carly went missing while walking home from a friend's house. Police released security video from a car wash on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota, which had shown her abduction. Authorities say she was raped and her body was found 4 days later in a wooded area next to Central Church of Christ on Proctor Road. It's an area that has been transformed into a memorial for Carly and others.
We did not want this area to be remembered for something tragic. We wanted to turn it into something positive. And so the best way to do that was to beautify this area.
Carly's Garden here has become a spot for people to always remember Carly. There are folks who now believe that Carly and her mom Susan are back together again. The home belonging to Nelson Mass sits not very far from where Carly's body was found. He had just gotten home from work when we told him the news of Susan Shorpen's death.
It's sad just to hear another devastating thing happen to the family again, but then again, you know, now they're back together.
Shorpen had been arrested numerous times over the years for drugs and prostitution, but people who knew her say that can be attributed to the overwhelming grief she was feeling with losing her daughter. Carly's killer, Joseph Smith, currently sits on death row. Shorpen's ex-husband did not want to comment. And Shorpen's cause of death has yet to be determined. Foul play is not suspected. Reporting live from Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. The Florida Senate has agreed to scale back cuts it had planned for an Orlando prosecutor's office. The Senate voted to restore more than $569,000 to the budget of the Office of State Attorney Aramis Ayala. Ayala previously announced she would no longer seek the death penalty in any case, in part because of cost and length of court proceedings. Because of that, Governor Rick Scott pulled her from the case of accused cop killer Markeith Lloyd. The Senate plan still calls for more than $622,000 in cuts to her office that would be shifted to another prosecutor. The Florida House is still proposing a $1.3 million cut to Ayala's office. A follow-up now on a shooting in North Miami of an unarmed behavioral therapist last July. The Florida State Attorney is charging police officer Jonathan Aletta with attempted manslaughter among some other charges. Therapist Charles Kinsey was trying to retrieve an autistic patient who wandered away from a group home. The shooting was caught on video and prompted outrage. Aletta fired 3 shots at Kinsey from more than 150 feet away, striking him in the leg and injuring him. He was lying on the ground with his hands up, begging the officer not to shoot. The autistic man was holding a small toy truck that police originally thought was a gun. The state attorney says Aletta was too far away to correctly assess the situation. A Bradenton Beach restaurant owner arrested for violating a misdemeanor noise ordinance. Police arrested the owner of Freckled Finn for having music nearly 15 decibels over the limit. The Bradenton Beach Police Department says that after numerous complaints and warnings, the department was forced to take action. But not everyone feels that action was warranted. Restaurant General Manager Stephen Shannon says the arrest went too far.
To be taken to jail over something like that, it's kind of like the owner said, he was quoted before, it's a waste of taxpayers' dollars. It's just something that I don't think that was necessary.
It's gotten to the point where, okay, obviously citing and obviously giving warnings isn't working.
The City Commission will have this issue on its agenda on April 20th. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob. Tonight was spectacular, Bob.
Spectacular night, nice sunset, and we still have some showers around, Haley. There's some showers out there currently across parts of the Sun Coast, and not a lot of rainfall, but just gives you a little indication, a little bit more moisture trapped in the lower levels of the atmosphere. 74, still warm, and the clouds are hanging around at the Sarasota Bay Airport. The dew point temperature fairly high at 58. We have an east wind at 11 with a sea breeze going along all afternoon and evening. That has now switched around to the east. We'll look for lows tonight around 60 degrees or so. You see this little cloudiness right here? This is a trough of low pressure. We still have the low-level moisture moving in from the east to the west, and there are a few showers out there. Currently, the rainfall is light, heavier down south, where there's a little bit more extent to the storms there. But for us, a patch of light rainfall in East Manatee County, also near Arcadia, some just north of Wauchula, and one just lone shower off of Osprey right now. So I would not be surprised to see some of the roads a little bit wet here, but we're not expecting a lot of accumulation at all with these showers. They should be winding down in the next hour or so. We'll look for the forecast for the rest of the work week and into Easter weekend coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Florida will get $1.5 billion in federal hospital funds in the coming year. Governor Rick Scott and the Trump administration jointly announced a decision today to provide the state money to help its hospitals treat low-income patients. The decision is a turnaround from 2 years ago when the Obama administration decided to scale back that money to the state. The federal government at the time argued the state should instead draw down federal money to expand the number of Floridians who were eligible for Medicaid. Governor Rick Scott calling on local health and law enforcement agencies to find new solutions to a statewide opioid epidemic. Scott is directing the Florida Department of Children and Families, the Department of Health, and the Department of Law Enforcement to hold workshops within local communities about the epidemic. A recent report by the Florida Behavioral Health Association says opioids lead to nearly 10 deaths a day in the state, killing someone every 2.5 hours. Manatee County tops the list with the highest number of overdose deaths of Florida's 67 counties. But some involved in the local fight say they are tired of talking and they're ready to see action.
I mean, we've talked. People have had meetings for 2 years now. In my opinion, there's been very slim to no changes whatsoever. That's not helping this situation at all.
Governor Scott still has not declared this a statewide public health emergency. A new medical scanning device, the first of its kind in the state, is now available on the Sun Coast to better diagnose liver disease. The new Liver FibroScan is a portable device that currently is available to patients at the Community AIDS Network in Sarasota. The medical tool allows physicians to judge the stage of the liver condition in a non-invasive way and plan a course of action. CAN's chief medical officer says they are now better able to diagnose multiple liver diseases.
These are predominantly for hepatitis C, although it's also used for other liver conditions that can lead to cirrhosis of the liver, such as hepatitis B or alcoholic cirrhosis, or now we're seeing a much more fatty liver disease in the country.
Between your ribs, because that's the best place where you can reach.
The device is expected to take the place of other more invasive methods that have a higher risk of harm to the patient. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, Florida teachers taking to the Capitol in a push to reform standardized testing. And the FBI strengthening its nationwide search for a man threatening attacks against the U.S. government.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Don't miss Southwest Florida's largest barbecue and bluegrass event, Friday, April 14th and Saturday, April 15th, when the 8th annual Suncoast Barbecue and Bluegrass Bash returns to Venice. Bring the whole family and enjoy genuine competition barbecue and award-winning bluegrass entertainment. Please join us for a finger-licking and hot-picking good time, April 14th and 15th at the Suncoast Barbecue and Bluegrass Bash. Free admission, parking, entertainment, and family activities. Get all the details at suncoastbarbecuebash.com.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPV.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Bob, what a nice night. I wish I would have had more time
74,
walking around.
A little bit warm out there. We have a few showers too in progress, but it's nice, nice and along the coastline. There's a nice little breeze there.
It was.
We had a nice time today out on Sarasota Bay. We saw a lot of different things going on.
Beautiful.
This is Captain Scott Moore. Son was there, Justin Moore. Again, there's another captain, Alan Roth. I had a chance to get out there with Johnny and do some. Look at this boat, stealthy looking boat. I think it may have been with the Drug Enforcement Agency. In fact, that's what Captain Johnny Walker thought. He kind of did some turnarounds there real quick. And look at this, the Dolphins at play in the wake on Johnny's boat right there, right through Sarasota Bay. And they were getting some airtime. And they do this occasionally. You just kind of motoring along. They jump on the wake and have a lot of fun. And we saw about 4 or 5 of them doing that throughout the afternoon. So good day on the bay. And the sunset tonight was gorgeous. And I want to stop the video here and the time lapse in the Van Weeselen. You'll see these crepuscular rays. You see that right there in the middle of the screen, known as God's fingers, are right there as the clouds are around, creating those beautiful rays. Sun setting, a few clouds around, a few showers earlier this evening too. Not much accumulation. And Jay Riggs is sending this photo in, at least alerting me to this photo on his Facebook page. Appreciate that, Jay. And this one also from Art Conforti, who sends them in there quite frequently. Art on Siesta Key, typically, and I believe that's where it was. Well, we talk about how great the weather is, but we need the rain, and it's looking pretty bad and desperate for 2017. January through April, we have a deficit of rainfall here, and notice the fires. Back in 2013, we had a high fire brush season, and already 71 fires in the Myakka River District, which includes us here, and over 2,000 acres already have been burnt. Now, the fire danger scale, the numbers continue to go up. DeSoto County, the highest number at 628, and we're going to be off the charts here pretty soon. We keep going with a little rainfall in sight. We have some rain around now, but not helping much. The big storms out west as high pressure continues to dominate our weather. We have this easterly flow around an area of high pressure just to the east of the state. Now, that high pressure ridge will stay there, but notice with the easterly wind flow, it's producing a few light rain showers across parts of the Suncoast, not enough to help matters out. No accumulation anticipated with those showers. 57% on the humidity, 58 degree on the dew point temperature. The actual temperature, very warm for this time of year, 74. East winds are at 11, and we do have some clouds around. The high today was 86 degrees. Way up there, but not close to the record. 94 set back in 1965, and 61 was the morning low. No rainfall, and it looks like, as I said, staying dry for the most part through the upcoming 7 days at least. I looked at the long-range forecasts, which aren't all that reliable, but not indicating much happening. We may see occasional showers in the afternoon and evening, but we're not anticipating any widespread storm system at this point. Temperatures for highs tomorrow will be in the low 80s near the coast, mid to upper 80s inland, and it looks to be a little bit warmer as we head into Good Friday and beyond. Now, as far as the future RPM forecast model is concerned, you can see those steady Clouds moving off from the east to the west as that high pressure ridge really doesn't budge much. It's a large dome of high pressure. Whenever you see that, we have a pretty quiet weather here, and that's going to be the case, I think. Different story into Texas tonight, where there are some pretty big thunderstorms moving through there into West Texas, heading toward San Angelo and places to the north of that as the storm system kind of heads in that direction. Things are calming down over the northeast after kind of a wet day today, and then out west, a steady stream of moisture continues to pile into Northern California. At Mammoth Mountain, they've had over 500 inches of snowfall there this particular season, winter season and early spring. An amazing feat out west. It's been really wet all winter and spring. 56 in Boston right now, 49 in Cleveland, a bit colder in Toronto at 39, 51 in Denver, and 68 in Kansas City. For boaters, it shapes up to be kind of interesting. We'll have winds at the beginning of the day at 15 knots out of the east. They'll start to switch around and lay down a little bit late morning, early afternoon, up to about 5 to 10 knots. And then late afternoon, they'll start to pick back up to 15 knots. We'll have a moderate chop out there and look for water temperatures to warm up a little bit. They're at 74 right now. Beaches will see a high right around 80 degrees. So the tide's upcoming. A high tide will be at 2:52. A low tide will be at 8:26 tomorrow morning. A 20% chance for a few showers, and then we'll clear out of here. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies. Some morning sunshine turns into a few clouds in the afternoon, a high of 83. Well, here's your forecast as we push into Friday, 84 for a high. Same on Saturday, a little bit warmer. Sunday for Easter Sunday, and temperatures staying 4 to 5 degrees above average for lows and highs right through next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. The nationwide manhunt continues for a man suspected of stealing guns and threatening attacks on the White House in an anti-government manifesto. Tonight, there are new developments in the search for Giuseppe Jakubowski. ABC's Danya Backus has the latest.
Show me. Court documents show Joseph Jakubowski wrote an apology letter to the gun store owner he's accused of robbing. In the letter, Jakubowski claims he wanted to protect himself and his family, but as a felon was not allowed to do so. Authorities say Jakubowski, who's been on the run since last week, is considered armed and dangerous. They say he robbed that gun store, taking 16 high-powered handguns, 2 assault rifles, and possibly silencers. And also sent a 161-page manifesto to President Trump that did make it to the White House. Officials telling us it expressed calculated outrage and accuses police and the government of enslaving people.
Revolution. It's time for change.
This video, originally posted on Facebook a week before the robbery, shines light on Jakubowski's plans. Monday, officers swarmed his last known address, where they talked to family members and were seen carrying away evidence. Jakubowski's stepfather, who didn't want to be shown on camera, saying his stepson is on a self-destructive spiral.
I'm afraid he's trying to commit suicide by cop myself.
The criminal complaint formally charges Jakubowski with 3 new felonies in connection to the theft of the gun store. A reward for information leading to his arrest is now up to $20,000. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
President Donald Trump says the relations between Russia and the U.S. are at an all-time low. In a news conference this evening, the president spoke alongside the Secretary General of NATO. This shortly after Secretary of State Rex Tillerson met with Russian President Vladimir Putin following the chemical attack in Syria. The Russian foreign minister says the U.S. strikes on Syria escalated the situation, adding that there needs to be an honest investigation of the chemical attacks alleged to have come from the Assad regime. A call for action at the state capitol. The largest teachers union in the state called for lawmakers to make more progress today toward reducing the number of tests required for students. Florida Education Association President Joanne McCall hopes this situation will change over the final 3.5 weeks of the 2017 legislative session.
It's important that our elected leaders begin to listen to those of us in the classroom or those of us who have children in the classroom. Out-of-control testing in Florida is cheating our students out of valuable instruction time.
The measure moving through the Senate would require school districts to begin testing later in the year, eliminate requirements on 4 high school tests, and allow students who do well enough on college entrance and other advanced exams to skip some of the state tests. Legislation aimed at creating a water storage project south of Lake Okeechobee has passed in the Senate today. The $1.5 billion measure is designed to reduce polluted water discharges that have been tied to toxic algae in estuaries east and west of the the lake. The plan would take more than 100 billion gallons of water that is currently sent east and west when the lake level gets too high and instead store it south of the lake.
Having to deal with the political and financial realities of making it happen is a hard thing to do. And so it takes an event sometimes to wake the system up and say, you know what, we're not going to kick the can down the road anymore. And that's what's happening today.
The measure, which still needs House approval, was recently whittled down in size while expanded to include some economic development efforts for the impoverished surrounding area. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's what's happening on this show we are doing tonight.
I've been to Russia several times, and the overall score is Russia 3, Army 0, ultimately.
Because you get Army hammered is what you get.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, April 15th. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
This Saturday only, save 40% off factory direct windows. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-962-4112. That's 1-800-962-4112. Call now, 1-800-962-4112.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Tickets are going fast for My Hometown Fest, being held from noon till 5 p.m. Saturday, April 15th at Nathan Benderson Park. Enjoy foods from 40 area restaurants, 60-plus craft beers, live music, and lots of fun. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Rays suffering an upsetting loss to the New York Yankees today, despite Ricky Weeks' two-run hit that gave the Rays the lead at the top of the game. Tampa Bay looking strong until the Rays' Jumbo Diaz comes into the game and throws a wild pitch. Aaron Judge comes in to score. It will be Aaron Judge's two-run home run to center that will seal the win for the Yankees. The final score, 8-3. The place the Rams called home for 2 decades is now suing the football team. The city of St. Louis, Missouri filed a lawsuit today claiming the team and the NFL failed to use proper protocol when the Rams moved to Los Angeles. It claims the team and the NFL kept plans to move secret and misled city officials in public comments indicating the Rams would likely stay in St. Louis. St. Louis says it lost up to $3.5 million in amusement and ticket tax collections as a result of last year's move. NBA star LeBron James is helping to launch a new public school in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. The I Promise School is scheduled to open in fall of 2018 with 3rd and 4th grade classes. By 2022, the school will expand to 1st through 8th grade. It's a joint effort between Akron Public Schools and the LeBron James Family Foundation, a nonprofit organization that James created. The organization hosts educational and recreational activities for at-risk youth. Fantastic. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the blingiest of them all? You are, with Spectralite diamonds, all gorgeous and affordable. Only found at Creative Gems, where you always get big bling for little ching.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
The official salon of ABC7.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough. What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough. And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers, or stop by today and drive away in a 2017 Jeep Cherokee for just $18,999. And for a limited time, get America's best value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $16,599. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Don't hate me because I'm blingiful. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Creative Gems in Gold and Silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office posted that joke. I didn't tell it very well, but along with this image on social media today. The photos taken Tuesday night at a home on Clubside Circle in Venice, showing a roaming reptile that Animal Services officers estimate to be around 10 feet long. The Sheriff's Office reminds the community to remain vigilant and be aware of wandering alligators during mating season. What if you had opened your front door to that?
No, thank you. I'm going out the back. See you later. After a while. I'm taking off. I'm playing golf this past weekend.
Yeah.
A gentleman that was playing with us hit the ball. It was about a foot away from the alligator, just sitting right there in front.
So what did he do?
Well, the one guy came by in a cart, and sure enough, the gator took off into the water, so it did move, but it was, kind of hanging around there a little bit. We were going to give him relief.
I would think so. Yeah, I would suggest that. Have a great night, and we will see you back here tomorrow.